Hey y'all, what's going on? I am at home. Mom and I are about to head to the Gulf State Park Pier to try to do some sheepshead fishing or just some pier fishing in general with some live bait. I did purchase some live shrimp and live fiddler crabs, but before I leave the house, there's some ghost shrimp holes hanging along our seawall. So ghost shrimp are not just native to the surf zone. They hang out in all the bays and estuaries as well. It just makes it a lot more difficult to get them out here because as soon as you pump one hole, you kind of dirty up the water. But we got some nice water flow, so I'm gonna start down current so the mud that I pump up doesn't ruin my visibility as much. Ghost shrimp are pretty dang creepy looking and interesting creatures. I'm gonna try to show you what they look like and see if we can collect some up for bait because they are some of the best bait this time of year. I got my old duck hunting waders. They're very leaky, but I've had them for years, so let's get some use out of them. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the water here. I do have a nice little ghost shrimp pump here. They make them out of PVC and metal. Let's go ahead and get in the water here and I'll show you what I look for and see if we can find us at least one or two ghost shrimp to go along with all our other live bait. So I don't know if y'all can see in the water well or not, but what we're looking for are these mounds that look like small little ant hills that have a little hole at the top. They're about a silver dollar size. And you see them a lot on the beach, but you also see them back here in the bays. So let's go ahead and see if we can find us a colony here. There's a bunch of holes down there. Let's see if we can suction out us the ghost shrimp out of one of these holes. So here's one right here. Set it on top of the hole. And I normally do 2 pumps. And you'll know real quick if there's a ghost shrimp there because you're looking for something that's white and a lot of orange. Let the clouds kind of fade away a little bit and see if we see one. They're creepy looking things. You'll know what they are when you see them. I don't see any in that hole. The only disadvantage to doing it in the bay is you got mud. So let's go ahead and find us another hole here. And here looks like a hole right here. I just let the mud clear just a little bit and I see one laying right here. The water's really cold, so they're extremely lethargic. Let's see. There's one. Whew. I might have hit him with my pump. He ain't moving much. See if he'll warm up a little bit and start moving. But that's a creepy looking bait right there. Really, really great bait for the surf and for sheepshead this time of year. I'm glad I finally got one. I've been pumping a bunch of holes here and just letting the mud clear. It's definitely a patience game back here. I might have hit this one with my pump. All right, so the mud settled a little bit. I'm gonna try to see if I can maybe pick up a couple more. That was a struggle getting that one, but I found a bunch of holes right here. See if there's any more hanging around. Very rocky and clay, a lot of clay. You really need a sunny day. It's pretty hazy today. It's kind of hard to see even with polarized sunglasses on. But that might be one right there. No, that's just a shell. Oh no, is that it? Oh no, that's it right there. Heck yeah, dude. Oh, come here. Oh, they can pinch you. They don't hurt like crazy, but they can pinch you, and if they get under your skin, it hurts a little bit. But check that out. There's another ghost shrimp. This one's actually a little bit more alive. Look at that. That is awesome. Heck yeah. He's a little small, or she, I can't remember. I think the male has a longer claw like an excavator, but don't quote me on that one because it's been a while since I remembered that. But we're gonna throw that one in our bucket as well. That is awesome. 2 ghost shrimp. All right. So I got 2 now. This cold weather, they're extremely lethargic, and I don't normally do this in warm weather because you got to worry about pinfish and everything else just biting the ghost shrimp off your hook. All right, I think it's time to get on the pier and go do some fishing. All right, we're out on the pier, but let me go ahead and get a piece of my ghost shrimp. Here's one of my ghost shrimp, and the way I like hooking these is actually pinching it in half. And if you get a really big ghost shrimp, you can even do 2 pieces. And then I'm just gonna thread it on the hook, really simple. If I was surf fishing, you can use magic thread, which is an elastic self-adhesive thread to keep it on. But I never use it on the pier. when I'm fishing this way, suspended, and then we'll set that piece aside for later. But let's see if we can get us a nice sheepshead on that juicy looking bait. All right, let's go ahead and drop this bait down. I only want to drop it down a few feet, so do about a rod length there. All right, I just switched sides. Same bait, same setup, but I didn't get a bite on that side, so we're gonna try on this side. So let's drop it down. Well, we just moved spots again, and something took my ghost shrimp, both of them. So I'm gonna switch to a live shrimp since I only managed to catch 2. Yeah, I wanted to catch more ghost shrimp because that's what I was getting the bites on. Can't tell. There's 2 of them. Look, there's 2. Yeah, those are sheepshead. 100%, that's what that is. I'm gonna offer him a crab. They're right below the piling. There's the old Mr. Sharky. Oh, ow. Oh. I just yanked it out of its hand thinking I was hung up. You see that? Yeah, that was one. That was for sure fish. Couldn't come out here with 4 filler crabs. I would have lost everything. Once you get in the groove of hooking it, you can hook them, but right now I'm sucking at it. I just watched them eat my bait, but not hold on to it. And here comes a shark. The sheepshead just took my bait again. It's like no issue at all eating it. Like it's coming, eating it, and it's knowing it's not going to get hooked. I just want to hook you and then I'll take you home. He's right there. Yeah, see him? He's right there. Look, he just turned on my bait again. Look at my rod. See? Got him. Ah, just got him. There we go. Oh, don't take me around that way. Come on, buddy. Finally, that took some patience. Yeah, I hope not. If you hurry up and get the net, though, please. On your left side? Yes, ma'am. There we go. Finally got him. I just put on the bird of prey jig. There we go. Ready? Yep. Come on, buddy. That's a good one. Come on. Stop. Not yet, not yet. There we go. Got him. That's a good one. You can hold my rod, I'll bring it up. I know you have bad hands. Finally got him. That's a good sheepshead. He's been stealing my bait the whole time.
Sheepshead?
Yeah, it's a sheepshead. Whew. Finally. Check out that beautiful sheepshead right there. These things are very notorious for stealing your bait. They're hard fighters and they taste absolutely delicious. So he's gonna go home with me. I got a nice cooler full of ice and we're gonna throw him on there. But check out where that bird of prey jig head is, right in the corner of his mouth. I ended up switching from the Carolina rig to that jig head. You just have a lot more sensitivity that way. And you saw that I actually caught a fish on it. So it took me a few tries. He kept on taking my bait. But what an awesome fish catch this time of year. Beautiful, thank you. Pull some drag. Want to thank Mom for the net job on that one. And also, as I'm talking, there is a shark swimming by. Can y'all see it? That dark spot right there? It's about a 6-foot shark. Yeah, there's been a couple swimming around. It's been staying so low, I can't really see them that well. But there usually are a bunch of black tips that like to hang around the pier. They're out here eating all these schools of mullet. But I got a simple rig here. I have that swing jig coming to about 1.5 foot of 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. Because that water is really clear. I like that fluorocarbon because it's hard to see underwater and it's very abrasion resistant. And then you can use a small swivel, but I actually have an Albright knot tied from my braid to my leader. It's not very obtrusive and it comes to the guides easy. The setup I caught that on was a Shimano Vanford 3000. I have this spooled up with 15-pound braid on a 7-foot medium fast St. Croix Avid inshore rod. Really simple setup, extremely light. Let's go ahead and bait back up with the filler crab and see if we can get us another one. I like to go through the belly, come out of the top of the shell without cracking it too much. And there's a good bait right there. All right, I'm looking right at one. Let's see if he'll eat my filler crab. Dang, he just smashed that filler crab. It's gone, that quick. That sheepshead was big and it just smashed it. Yeah, it's gone, my filler crab's gone. See if we can grab another one here. It's hard to sight fish for them because they're very sensitive to hooks and leader and all that. But he's still down there, I see him. Drop that jig down all the way to the bottom. Yeah, he's right there. There he is. He just turned on my bait. Oh, he's got it. He's got it, see? Got him. Got him. Oh, he's going around that piling. Yeah, he's going around the piling. Oh, he's going to cut me off. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, just drop it down. Boom. Thank you. You want me to get him? You got it? Thank you, Mom, for the net job. That's awesome. Heck yeah. It went around that piling. That's where that braid sometimes can be a downfall and a help at the same time. Another one. There we go. Check out where that jig is. Thank you. Just got another nice sheepshead here. So a little bit smaller than the last one, but still nice and good to take home and eat. It's gonna be a beautiful, fine tasting fish right there on that jig. And a filler crab. I just lost one because I yanked it out of his mouth a little bit too fast. But and this one was barely hooked, so I appreciate Mom for coming in with the net quickly. But now we got him, and that's 2 in the cooler. I just landed my second sheepshead. I actually hooked a few more. With the help of Mom getting the net, we were able to land that second one and actually bring it on deck. But that one actually went around the piling, and I couldn't see over this piling here to when I was fighting the fish. So I was hoping it wouldn't rub all my braid onto that piling, cause me to lose the fish, and luckily it didn't. I was able to pull it away. That's kind of the advantage braid has, but there's also a big disadvantage. So it kind of offsets itself. Because there's no stretch, it's very sensitive and it's extremely strong. This is 15-pound braid in an extremely small diameter. But braid is a lot less resistant to abrasion compared to mono as your main line. And then fluoro, I don't ever use fluoro as my main line saltwater fishing. It's just too much memory. But you got to kind of ask yourself, do you want to have braid spooled up or do you want to have mono spooled up? And you can hold a lot more, and braid just has way more advantages compared to mono. But there is that point that braid just takes a nick from that barnacle and the fibers start to separate. You're talking about a lost fish and broken line, versus monofilament can take that abrasion from the barnacles and concrete a little bit longer, but it's also thicker and you don't have as much sensitivity. So I do use a fluorocarbon leader with mine, which is very abrasion resistant to teeth and is nearly invisible per se to the fish as well. So anytime you're fishing around structure and you get a fish or you get hung up, you always want to check your line to make sure there's no nicks along it. And normally I'll strip off about 20 feet and feel or visually inspect my line to make sure there's no weak spots. And if there is, you cut it off, pull out some fresh line, some fresh leader, and you're back rolling again. But I just checked my line and we're good. My leader's all right. Just put another fiddler crab on. Let's drop it back down and see if we can get another one. All right, I'm gonna drop this filler crab back down. I see another sheepshead. Oh, he just turned on it. He just turned on it. Oh, he's got it. Got him. Got him. Another one. Oh, he's gonna go. Oh my golly. He's gonna go behind that piling and get me cut off. I see him though. It's a good one. Just that right side, please. It's a good one. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's a heavy fish. Almost. He's in there. You want me to hold this and I'll bring him up?
Oh, I got him.
Here. Come on this side and hold it. I'll bring it up.
You did good.
Yeah. I saw him. I was about to give it up. Whew, that's a good sheepshead right here. Third one of the day. There we go. Thank you. Check out where that jig is again, right there. Top of that lip. perfectly hooked, so he wasn't going anywhere. Other than that piling, had to put some pressure on him, but luckily having a real strong rod and some of that braid, you can actually tighten down your drag just a hair without pulling that hook out. It's the third legal sheepshead of the day that I actually was able to land. Thanks again to Mom once more for that net job. What a great fish. When you measure them, you want to measure from the tip of their mouth, and you do want to watch out for teeth, so from the tip of their mouth to the fork in their tail in Alabama, and that's how you get a legal measurement on them. But what an awesome fish. They know how to steal bait. They're called them convict fish because of that, and also because of black and white stripes. You know, some jail suits, you know, are black and white, but that's why we call them convict fish. But they got teeth like a human. That's why I call them sheepshead as well, is because of those teeth. I guess like a sheep, they got some molars, and that's what they bite down on barnacles and crabs, any other crustacean, oysters. They can bite down pretty hard, so you don't want to get your finger in there. But I'm just using 15-pound fluorocarbon, so it's not like a razor sharp teeth. They're just really strong molars for like crabs and stuff. So let's go ahead and throw them in the cooler. All right, I just got done cleaning these fish, but I just want to say, I forgot to say it, if you don't want to watch the cleaning portion and see all the fish juices and stuff like that, you can skip through right now to the cooking portion. But as of right now, we're going to get into cleaning these fish. Alrighty, so I always forget to bring my fillet knife, but I do have a sharp Spyderco pocket knife here, and I'm actually going to leave the skin on these fish, so I should be able to fillet these out with the pocket knife, no problem. So let's go ahead and get into one of them, and then we're going to take it home and eat them for lunch tomorrow. Do sheepshead on the half shell on the grill. So let's go ahead and get into the cleaning portion here. So I'm going to take this knife, go behind the gill. Sheepshead have really big rib cages. So majority of this right here is rib cage. So I do a pretty steep angle, and I don't normally do this with a pocket knife, but it's kind of a whim. And then I come through and go along the spine and just cut right along the spine here. I'm gonna try to do my best to not miss any meat. All right, and then we'll just fillet it right off. I like to take my thumb and run parallel with this knife as to not cut yourself, and go right along that bone and fillet off all that really nice white meat. Now I'm making do with the knife that I have, but you kind of want a flexible fillet knife for this stage so you don't skip over any of that meat like right there. But this is actually getting the job done. So you want to go over that spine right here, up and back down again. Otherwise you'll miss all that bottom loin of meat. And I like to fillet it off the rib cage. They have really tough skin, so you just need something that can get through that skin, but that's also what makes it really nice when you grill it, because of that skin, just like a redfish. Just like that. I'm gonna cut it all the way off. And I may do with what I had, just a simple pocket knife here. You don't always have everything with you, but there's a nice slab of sheepshead meat. Let's go ahead and spray it off here. And check out all that white meat right there. Their meat is such a delicacy because their diet mainly consists of crabs, oysters, and any other crustacean. And if you like crabs and oysters, you know they have a nice taste to them when they're fresh. Same thing with shrimp. So the sheepshead, that's what they eat, are all those barnacles and shellfish. So I'm gonna clean the rest of these up. We'll go home and cook these up for our lunch tomorrow. All right, I'm at home. Let's go ahead, fill up the grill with some coals, because I'm gonna be grilling the sheepshead outside. We're gonna be doing char grilled on the half shell sheepshead. All right, my coals are gonna get nice and, whew, you can tell which way the wind's blowing, but my coals are gonna get nice and hot. Got a beautiful day on the water. Let's go see what's on the edge of the water today while those coals are getting lit. Pretty clear, but it's very low tide, but clear water. All the cormorants are sitting on the end of the dock, or what's left of the dock. Those are some nasty birds. If you ever hear them, they make a funny sound, like wah, 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 wah. You hear them all night making that sound. They sound like wild boars, but just funky things. But let me show you, I'm gonna do something really simple, as most of my videos are, because I catch these fish, and a lot of these fish just are such good, nice, fresh meat that you don't have to cover up the taste a lot with a bunch of seasonings and stuff. So today I'm just going to be using this Drago's charbroiled butter garlic sauce here. If you've ever had charbroiled oysters, this is what I like to use on those, but it should be really nice on these sheepshead because they have a sweet, delicate meat. So that's going to complement it really well along with that char grill taste. All right, our coals are getting nice and grayed over. We want to put this fish down when it's still hot. A lot of times when you cook meat, sometimes you want to let those coals fully gray over, but we want some real hot heat because we're practically charbroiling these fish. We don't care if that bottom part of that skin burns because we're not eating the skin. Sheepshead have a very thick skin, but it makes for excellent cooking on the half shell. But I have my clean sheepshead fillets here, so let's go ahead and lay them straight down on the grill. Now I got these laid out around the edge of the grill so they don't cook as fast. Let's go ahead and spread some of our Drago sauce on there, and then we're going to close the lid and let these cook. It should not take long whatsoever. Excuse my really old oven mitt, but it's all I can find right now. We're just going to spread this sauce on top of it. Don't be afraid to add a lot of it, because this is what's going to seep into that meat and also get that grill fired up too. Let's go ahead, close this lid, stop it from flaring up. I'm also going to close this vent here so it doesn't flare up as much. And then we'll let these cook. So we'll be back in about 8 minutes because we don't want these to dry out, but they are thick pieces, so we want them to be fully cooked. All right, let's go ahead and take this lid off and check them out. Man, they look actually like they're ready. So we'll test it with a fork real quick. Oh, what's up, Bobo? What you doing? Hey, get away from the grill, dummy. What you doing, buddy? Huh, Bobo? This is Bobo, if y'all haven't met him yet. Little dog. Yeah, they do look good. All right, well, check that out. Look how good they look. Let's look at it with a fork here. Try to peel it apart. Oh yeah, that's cooked. Check that out. Flaky. It's not tough. It's not dried out. This is perfect. I got a little unconventional spatula here, but it should work just fine. There we go. This one right here is where the fish basket would come in handy so it doesn't fall apart. But if it's done correctly, the bottom of the skin will be extremely charred and the top of that fish is perfectly cooked. Look at that. That is awesome. Last one I just plated. Look at that meat. That is perfectly cooked. Look how wide it is. Sheepshead's in the porgy family, and it's one of the best tasting porgies out there, which pinfish are also in the porgy family too, but they don't get nearly as big nor as tasty as a sheepshead does. All right, these sheepshead, I cannot wait to try one. Let's go ahead and take us a piece here. Choose which one we want and get us a nice bite. Look how white that meat is. It smells phenomenal right now, and that is perfectly cooked. It's not too done, still moist on the inside, but cooked all the way. Let's go ahead and try us a piece. It's still pretty hot, but that's gonna taste so good. I can't wait. It has a delicious charbroiled taste to it. You can taste that grill. You can taste this Drago seasoning here, the garlic butter mix, but it doesn't cover up the taste of just pure fresh fish, which when you catch these fish like that, they've never been frozen. It literally sat on ice overnight and got cooked this afternoon. So you want to be able to taste and take advantage of that fresh fish. I'm gonna get me another bite and close out this video because it's really tasty and I'm ready for dinner. But man, I'm glad I could share this experience with y'all cooking it, and it was really quick as well. If you know me well and you watch my Catch and Cooks, you know I try to keep it quick and simple. There are other kinds of sheepshead in the world. I know north of us in a lot of the Great Lakes and the Midwest lakes, they have a certain types of sheepshead, and then California has a sheepshead as well. But it is different from this sheepshead that we catch here along the Gulf Coast and in the Gulf of Mexico. But I appreciate y'all for watching. If you like these Catch and Cooks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next Bama saltwater fishing video. I appreciate y'all as always. I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us. We'll see ya later.